Lee Jagged, lead singer for the Rolling Sticks and Roses.
Do we start rolling yet, or what? Look, before we begin, how would you like a little bobbin for apples, eh?
No, we need to start the interview.
Alright then, fine, go ahead.
When did you first know you wanted to be a musician?
It'd have to be when I was a wee boy. I was about 5 or 6 years old. Had a lot of drugs at that time, and basically my mom turned on the radio, and that's when I heard a little music, and I said, "How would I do that? You sure you don't want a little bobbin?" Come on now, love. How about a little bobbin?
What were you like when you weren't performing?
Drugs. Lot of drugs. Lot of drugs. Like just barrels and just oodles and barrels and trays of drugs. Lots and lots and lots of drugs.
Now it says that you dated your backup singer for a while. What was that like?
Yes, her. Alright, so basically what happened was we had a backup singer and we ended up going out and it was actually amazing. We'd hang out before and after the shows. We'd go out for long walks on the beach, we'd watch sunsets together at old hands, we'd shag in the tour bus. It was really great until what actually happened was my mates came up to me and they told me that we didn't even have a lead singer or a backup singer for that matter. And of course I'm a lead singer, what am I talking about? We didn't even have a backup singer. And basically every time I thought I was holding hands with her or shagging her or anything, I was actually just really strung out on drugs. And I was just wanking off on the soundboards.
Do you have a family?
I do actually. I have a boy, and he's great kid. We play catch all the time. He always loved to play catch. He'd be like, "Daddy, let's go play catch." So we toss the ball back and forth all the time. Absolutely loved it. And things were going good. Things were going actually really good with my boy. Until my mates came up to me and told me that I actually don't even have a kid. And basically every time I thought I was actually, playing catch with a kid or whatever, I was actually just kidnapping kids from the park, bringing them in my backyard and throwing clamshells at them. I don't even know where I got the clamshells from, be honest with you.
Now, you mentioned you did a lot of drugs. Was there any time you were sober?
Actually, yeah. You know what? And there was a time I was sober. It was several months, actually, that I was completely sober. Did not touch any drugs whatsoever. I was clean. And I owe it all to alcohol, actually. Come here now. Come here, Bob's your uncle. Alright. Getting me misshapen mouth now. I needed that. Any other questions?
I see you have a lot of tattoos. What do they represent?
Oh, yeah. This tattoo here, I actually got, and it turns out it's a Chinese symbol for peace. And I got this one here, and it's a Chinese symbol for peace. Now, people don't realize this either, but I actually have a Chinese symbol for peace right here around my neck. And I got this one right here, kind of looks like a little sideways moon. It's actually a Chinese symbol for peace. And people don't actually know this, but on my buttocks, there's a Chinese symbol for peace. Yeah.
Tell me about the Great Concert Fire of '83.
the great concert fire of '83. Me mate and I, we were actually doing a show in Memphis. Couple 100,000 people. It was massive. It was probably one of the biggest shows. And there was some equipment malfunction up on stage. And it turns out what happened was they all caught on fire. Now the thing is the people down in front had a really hard time exiting, so they couldn't leave. Now the whole stage was on fire, so I actually grabbed a few of the people down in front, carried them onto my arms, and we ran off together, and I actually saved their lives. And it was incredible. They were extremely grateful, and it was great. I felt like a hero. It was really one of the most monumental things I've done in my life. Until my mates came up and actually told me that there was no fire of '83. And actually, the time I thought I was actually rescuing fans and whatnot, and on stage performing, there was a huge fire. I was actually just strung out on drugs, wanking off on the soundboards.
Are there any other stories you'd like to share?
Actually, yeah. There was this one time, crazy story. Glad you brought that question up. I was doing an interview, actually, and the mate, she actually looked so much like you. Reminded me a lot of her, actually. And I was doing this interview, I was just kind of like sprawled out on the floor, and everything, was sharing my life story. And then as it turns out, what actually happened is my mates came up to me and informed me that I actually wasn't doing an interview at all. I was actually just really strung out on drugs, and I was actually wanking off on the soundboard. Oh, bugger.